Hello and welcome to He Is Coming. So we're going to be going Swampland again today, as per usual. I will warn you, I'm going to be extremely rusty. The past week I've been completely... Ooh, this is a good start. Just completely distracted me there. Okay, every other turn he's going to stun me, so it's a Storm Cloud Druid. I tend to have a good win rate against him. We could just stun ourselves forever with the Petrifying Flask, but 20 armour, it will literally take him 10 turns to chew through that. This would completely remove our ability to hit things. Or we can have start exposed wounded. We could do this, and it's going to remove status effects. It would remove the stun, potentially. Right. We'll take it. And we'll grab... We can go for the hot pot, if we find that in the fish. We'll find ourselves a weapon in the quarry, I think. Anyway, I was going to say, yes, I've been on a lot of Ghost of Yote. Ooh, gain 1 arm and health. Now we could have taken that shield if we were wanting to here. If we'd have had the pacifist staff, maybe we could have taken it then. But anyway, right. But yeah, the past week or so, I've been on a lot of Ghost of Yote and Battlefield 6. And a bit of Dying Light the Beast, playing that co-op with my brother and such. For like most of the past week and a bit of this week, so I filmed a load of these, kind of like bulk recorded them, about a week and a half's worth before all that happened. So now we have the problem of, yeah, I've not been on this for like nearly 2 weeks, so I will be rusty. Let's see. We currently have 0 armor, so the Weaver Shield isn't bad. Right, let's see what we can do then. I remember these are a pain, because they just don't die. There we go. We could go with Clear Spring Opal. If you have any status effects, spend 1 speed to decrease them by 1. If we get the staff that gives us like loads of speed that deteriorates over time, it might be worth grabbing something like that. Right. We'll take the staff for now. So now we can get a bit of regen. Oh, it only kicks in when we're wounded though. And we want this and this to swap. So that'll give us acid. That will remove the acid then. So they need to be the opposite way around to what they were. And we're still kind of looking out for, yeah, weapon pile. Right. I mean, the staff is alright, but we can certainly do better. I'd like a rarer weapon. Let's see what we can get. That could definitely be something interesting. 1 hit loses 1 attack. Now the problem with this is that against a boss, this would just melt. Eventually, well, not a boss, but bosses it would struggle. Most bosses it would fell before, yeah, it would fell most bosses before it runs out of attack. but against the final boss, it will absolutely just it will literally melt. It's the melting ice blade against the final boss, the Hydras. Because each Hydra is not considered a separate fight, this thing will maintain the lost damage between Hydra heads, so we wouldn't be able to keep this till the end. Lightning Rod. Whenever you skip your strike when stunned, gain to attack. That's the opposite. That becomes more powerful and is especially good in this battle against the Stormcloud Druid. So that's actually exceptionally good here. We'll take the acid. Now we should end up gaining 2 acid. We then lose that acid. Ah, but this negates the Weaver Shield. Right. Depending how we feel, though, I'd probably keep the Slime Armor because the Clear Spring Watermelon synergizes with it. So I would probably go for that. I think we can leave up here. We'll get this oil, kill this frog, take our leave. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting this, what's it, the thing for the hot pot. We want the fish. It might be worth going to the Lushwood to try and find it. And we have. There we go. We could have gone with a second set of armour to get a gold version, but I think this is probably right. We'll gain 2 armour for each speed, so we've got 3 speed, we'll gain 6 armour. I think we're in a position where we can beat the Druid. We want to find a campfire if we can. That'll do. And we'll just wait out the day. We'll heal. And we will fight the boss. We gain acid, lose it from the watermelon. We give him some Riptide, or no, we will when we lose our armour. But we gain a bunch of armour from our seafood hot pot bonus. We're already chewing through most of his health. Each time we're stunned, it's causing our attack to increase. We're already up to 7. He did 1 damage to us. We might have overkilled him. We'll get the sour lemon. The next one, I don't think I've won against the Rockshell's tortoise yet. He gains armor when we hit him. So we need to hit him very little for large amounts of damage. We need a means of inflicting acid on the enemy, and a large amount of it. For now, we'll just take the muscle potion, I think. But we'll head out to the Golem Island. Quickly stop at this just before we go. I think we're good. What have we got available here? The first time the enemy gains poison, stun them. If you have any status effects, spend speed to decrease them. Oh, it's the Clear Spring Opal again. We can put an edge on our weapon. If the enemy doesn't have poison, give them poison. Battle starts, stun the enemy for 1 turn. We'll go oozing, I guess. Yeah, we really need to find where this golem is. Pretty quick. Anyway. The enemy loses half their health and gains that much armor. That might be worth grabbing. Stuff tends to not be along the outside edge, so I'm thinking it's probably more likely to be around here somewhere, but we will have to go through this chest on our way here, unless we want to go the extra long way around and probably waste a day's worth of travel, which we don't want to do. Time is the enemy here. Right. But we need a means of inflicting acid. And none of these are really going to do it. Okay. We can get a gold version of this. And we can make our way out. What shall we do here? I guess we can just go for the helmet at the moment. Right, we're able to get past him. Really, something like the slime sword would be pretty decent here. We'll go to the mercantile. Just in the hopes that at the mercantile we should be able to yeah, come across something that will we'll get those, yeah. We should be able to get to a merchant and maybe buy something that might help. We've got a decent bit of cash. We'll make the watermelon play last. Actually, we'll make it play second to last and we'll put the purity helmet last. Because we don't want the purity helmet activating too early because we won't get that health bonus. Let's see, this is when it is struck. So even though this doesn't do damage, it will still count as a strike, which is an issue. There's the ring blades that are very good. How many water items do I have? 2. So I could gain a lot of purity. It will give me a lot of damage, and that could allow me to just brute force my way through, I guess. We really want a means of inflicting acid. If your health is full, spend your regen to gain 3 times that amount of armor on hit. Whenever you skip your strike, restore 3 health. That goes really well with our lightning rod. But at the moment, the tortoise isn't going to stun us. This is an interesting one. Bubble Gloop Staff. Cannot strike. At the start of the turn, spend 1 speed to give the enemy 2 acid and 2 poison. That wins us this boss. we want to save up. We'll want to buy a better weapon for use against the Hydras. Because simply put, yeah, well, we could give this a go. We haven't got anything that requires us to strike. Well, there's the muscle portion, which is now kind of pointless. So we could just replace the muscle portion instead. We can put an edge on this. We won't be striking the enemy. We may as well go for the health regen in that case. Like I said, we don't hit enemies. We literally cannot strike. Anyway. He'll lose all his armor. Oh no. After taking damage, he loses all of his armor. Right, yeah, so turtles could be quite dangerous to us. I'm gonna pop a tree bark egg instead of a muscle portion. None of these are particularly great. Right. We'll go... guess just Golem home. Lack of anything else we could choose there. I think we might just be ready to face the boss actually. I don't think we're going to get much else. Let's just fight the boss so we get our extra inventory slots. We're at just about full health. Let's hope this works. So I should be able to inflict, let's see, so it's 6 speed, so I should be able to inflict over time 12 acid and 12 poison. That should do a hell of a lot. Since I'm not hitting him, he won't generate more armor. But he will start to die. I'm just hoping that it's enough to actually fell him. It should be. Looks like he's got 6 health left. There it goes. We've finally beaten him. First time. Right, we now have a life fruit beast, which is going to give us 3 regen if we don't have any. I believe there were a weapon we could get, I think back at the merchant. We might have to see if we can re-roll it, but where you would spend your health regen if your health was full to gain 3 times that much armor. This would be absolutely absurd to use the life root beast with that. That'd be absolutely crazy to do. Right. Let's see what we can get. We might be able to get some duplicates before we find the golem. Then we want to probably either go to Lushwood Grove or the merchant to just like find some maybe like purple items to round out our build here before we face the boss. To say that I'm extremely rusty, this has gone extraordinarily well. Right. We probably will need a different weapon. Right. Either that or some means of regaining lost speed. Just as it stands, we'll have a cap to how much damage we can do, which is a problem. Once we've spent all our speed, we stop doing damage. That will not do against the Hydra. We've got some extra time though in the meantime to figure out exactly where we're going to take this build. That should be enough to get us over the line here. I hope. Right. We're not going to pay for a new edge. And we have a slime to kill. We should inflict poison immediately and just kill him. Yeah, so he'll attack and do nothing and then die. Oh no, no he won't. Armour has to be gone before poison takes effect, so... There we go. Now we can create a duplicate. Well, not a duplicate. I keep saying create a duplicate. No, now we can merge our duplicates is how I should phrase it. But yeah, we're going to merge our fish to create a super fish, and we've got the Pure Lake helmet as well to go. So we can get some gold versions of our items. There he is. And there's the ferryman behind him. So it's probably time to leave this place soon. Right. Room for 2 more items. Let's hope we can get something extraordinarily good. Right. He should be done for. There's the poison. Okay. Actually, I should have picked something up from there. I was just looking at it and like, none of these are that great. No, I don't think. I want to replace my weapon. It's like you have 2 slots available, moron. Pick something up, you know. Speed this up a little. There we go. Finally got him. Mercantile, I guess. We've got a decent sum of cash. We should be able to grab something. On a hit, lose 1 speed. Now, with the hot pot, it's really good. It's gonna give us a ton. That's gonna give us a ton of speed. And yeah, basically we'll get tons of armour. The bubble gloop staff, yeah, it's gonna... We won't get that acid and poison anymore. Thing is though, is this can attack even when we're stunned, which is why it's really good, but it has an upper limit to how much damage it can potentially do. We'll swap to the Gale staff. And we'll give it every 3 strikes, give 1 Riptide. Battle start, gain 1 attack. Well, every 3 strikes this will do 5 damage. Every 3 strikes this will do 3 damage. So technically Whirlpool is better. If we're just going to look at it from a pure damage standpoint. And we no longer have any means of poisoning this thing, but now we've just got that much armour that it doesn't matter. We'll take the life route gauntlet, I guess. We have plenty of time. We can get the Squire armour here. If we found something that worked off of speed, that would do something with all the speed that we have, or something that worked off of regen, we could do some pretty good stuff. Let's see what we can do here. On hit, give the enemy 1 Riptide, but it's got 0 damage. At the start of battle, we can steal one attack. Keep in mind how this will work against the Hydras is that it will steal one attack from the first Hydra head, and then all the others will have the same as before. Right, let's see what else we've got. If you have 2 more speed than the enemy, we will. Give them 2 Riptide. That's pretty good, actually. Can't strike. Battle start, give the enemy 2 Riptide for each negative base attack that you have. That's terrible. That will not beat the Hydras. Whenever you skip your strike when stunned, give the enemy 1 Riptide. That is extremely good against the... that would beat the stun one. That beats the stun Hydra. On hit, give the enemy 1 Riptide. I think that... So this basically might as well say 5 attack. Hadn't it? Might as well just say this has 5 attack. Which isn't bad. But yeah, the interesting thing here is that, yeah, we will have more speed than the enemy. But that's only going to happen once at the start of battle, and it's a case of what do we remove for that, because we're going to turn the slime armor into another gold item. I think we take the spiral shell, and we're going to replace the life root gauntlet. I'm tempted to take the trident, but let me think. In 3 strikes, right, every 3 strikes, we will deal, and there's an oil down here, so I can get an extra attack on this. So in 3 strikes, we'll deal 9 damage, plus the 5 from the Riptide. So yeah, it's like 14 damage. Whereas if it were just purely Riptide, we'd be dealing, yeah. Yeah, if it were purely Riptide that we were doing, we'd be doing 15 damage in that time. There's something to be said as well for this life root beast. It's great, but it does kind of have an anti-synergy as well with the watermelon, so that's possibly an issue. Right. The trident is on sale and it is an epic. I'm just going to take it. The thing is then we could give this 1 attack as well from that oil, so this will be better. We can't restock and purchase something because things typically cost 5. So we'll grab this. Ferryman is above. We cannot carry more. We can go and get the golem. Turn these into a gold item. We want to be extremely quick. Right, so we're hitting for 1, but then it just smacks them for 5. So we're doing pretty good with this. We'll get these combined. Let's think about our item order. So it probably does make sense for the Purity Helmet actually to be ahead of this. So yeah, we're gonna get 4 acid. We'll either remove the acid or we'll increase our attack and restore some health. Not that we've got any health missing at the start of battle. But then when we get wounded, oh mind you, yeah, none of these effects take. For some reason I thought this triggered when we got wounded as well. As I say, it's been a while since I last played. I'm forgetting some of the item descriptions now. To keep a close eye out. Right, Ferryman is up above. We may wish to... We want to either go to like the Boneyard Bog, the Merchant... Shrine Flask, I guess. Yeah, or maybe the Glyph Ruins. They could be quite good. They can drop some very good items. Right, what can we get? Right, he's out of the way. What do we get here? Cooldown. Deal 4 damage and reset cooldown. So every 4 turns we're going to deal 4 additional damage. The important thing is that it resets the cooldown. We don't need to give the enemy more Riptide. They're going to be getting Riptide constantly. The thing with Riptide is it's really good. It hits for 5 damage guaranteed. But if you stack multiple Riptides, it still only goes down 1 a turn, dealing 5 damage. You want to be constantly putting on. There's no advantage to having it all put on in one go. It will still trickle the damage out. Seeing as we're already constantly pouring it on, we can't do much more than that. But yeah, deal 4 damage and then it will constantly keep doing that 4 damage. Could be quite useful. So we've probably just picked up a very handy item there. I doubt we're going to find anything much better at this point. And we don't have room to try and go for diamond versions of items. We have to discard things and then there would be a chance that we don't get them back. So it might be worth just going for the boss now. But we'll hang on, we might, I don't know, maybe we can some oils on our weapon or something, or maybe we'll haggle for something that's just absolutely perfect. Like we might find like the perfect item or something out here, you never know, but I highly doubt it, but I'm gonna hang on. I think at the very least we can maybe make use of the what's it? Yeah, the oils and things though. Re-trigger all your other tomes after 10. That would be really good if you'd got nothing but tomes. Because tomes can't re-trigger. That's the thing, like. Yeah, I might have to try a tome run at one point. For now though, yeah. These are kind of worthless. And we're unlikely to actually find anything here. We'll just head toward the ferryman. We don't have an edge on our weapon, so we can at least get an upgrade there. And we can get some speed oil on it. But yeah, after that, I'm not sure we can do anything else. Convert 1 speed to 3 armor on hit. That could be interesting. We have a lot of speed. This could... Oh, on hit. Oh no, we do hit. I'm gonna say, yeah, we do still strike and hit, but we inflict little damage but Riptide. Yeah, it was our previous weapon that didn't hit at all, but just had an effect that triggered every turn. Either of these are good. Either on a hit we can give ourselves 3 additional armor, converting 1 speed, or we can just give the enemy 2 damage. Well, 2 damage 1 turn, 1 damage for turn after, and so on and so forth. So it's basically 1.5 damage per turn that we'd be doing. Right, good question. 1.5 extra damage per turn, or we'd be able to convert 6 speed into 18 armor, which is pretty damn good. We'll go oozing though. I think over a very long span of time it's probably better, because yeah, the enemy, I think the extra 18 or so armor isn't as good as just like a little bit more damage trickling in on them. I'd probably have to like really maths that out, I guess. But anyway, I'm still gonna save our rerolls and such. We could go castle grounds to try and beat a boss, but I'm a bit worried that we might end up dead. I've not faced the boss before, so I think we'll go straight in and out of here. Right, enemy has Riptide, and there they go. I'll put the quick combat on since we're just trying to get through. And we'll head to Boneyard Bog. That can have some... Well, actually, that or the Merchantile, we could get an extremely good item from either. I think the Merchant, it's more... There'll definitely be more choice, so we'll head there. So with quick combat on, we're just... It won't even bring up the screen for it. Wounded, gain 3 regeneration, Symphony. If you have armor, restore 2 health on turn start. Whenever you restore health, give the enemy 1 poison. You can only equip 1 rose. Can't strike, turn start. Ah, this is the one. I'll be honest, the spiral shell, now that trumps the poison Hydra head, but the life root beast here would really synergize with toxic rose. So whenever we restore health, we'll give the enemy 1 poison. But I don't think that's better than either Spiral Shell or Flame Burst turn. I think we're probably just set here. Again, the only thing I can think at this point is maybe to... Yeah, get the speed oil. And we're probably good. I think that's as good as we're getting. We'll fight. Which one don't we want to face? The acid one might get through our armor pretty easily. The poison one our health, but let's see. I might honestly, I think we can get past the stun one fairly easily here. I'm tempted to get rid of the Riptide. Let me think. How many times would I have to get this? Yeah, it's gonna... The acid will build up, which will make me weak to the poison later on. I think it's gonna have to be acid, because we've got a lot of armor. Well, even then, I think the Riptide will probably strip most of our armor off anyway, but... We do have that oozing edge and the Riptide has no armor, so we'll kill him faster. Yeah, I think both of these are dangerous. We'll remove the acid because he has armor, and we deal more damage to straight up health. Right. We're already getting through a lot of his health, but we're already down to just 18. Yeah, now we've got 50 health to contend with here. Right. And we're probably gone. Yep, the poison build-up gets us. But because we beat that boss, the turtle, on hit, give the enemy 2 armor. That's unusual to do. Right. But I guess if you had a means of giving them acid or something, it wouldn't be awful. Lose 20 armor to acid. Gain armor equal to lost health and gain 5 acid. Not bad. As we gain more items, we gain more tools in the, tools on the belt to potentially deal with this Hydra. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Here's Coming. A good warm-up run to say that I've not been on for over like a week and a half. Making it to the Hydra is a pretty good run. We definitely need to, again, rethink the strategy there. I think that, like the idea of high speed, loads of armor might not be the best of ideas. In fact, thinking back to it, that what was it, Gale staff or something we had that gave us all that extra armor and such. Yeah, I'd completely forgotten when I was weighing it up against the trident to consider that it was because of our bonus at the bottom would have given us some extra armor, though that I still don't think would have beaten the stun head, but it would have probably pushed us past the poison one. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time where we'll have another go against the Swamplands. I'll see you then.